Maple Grove looks to take another step closer to a state championship in baseball as they take on defending state champion Farmington. Another round of championship baseball at CHS Field comes your way next on CCX Sports. It's semifinal round day in Minnesota State High School Tournament Baseball. Today, a Class 4A semifinal between the number 4 seed, the Maple Grove Crimson, and the number 1 seed and defending state champion, the Farmington Tigers. Hello and welcome to CHS Field in St. Paul. John Jacobson along with Craig Dexheimer. And Craig, a considerably cooler day than yesterday, good 20 degrees cooler. Clouds, some rain. We had a little bit right before the start of the game and a chance of rain throughout here. We could have a delay at some point, but a nice day for the kids to play.
Yeah, John, it's great to be here with you in the booth here at CHS Field for a tremendous game that's coming up here this afternoon.
Farmington, as I mentioned, winning state last year, and they had a quarterfinal round win over Park Cottage Grove. Fell behind early, came back and won that game 3-2. Maple Grove gave up a run in the first inning and then came back against St. Louis Park to win 5-2 in their quarterfinal round game here on Tuesday. And then in the evening session, it was Stillwater beating Sartell, and Chanhassen no-hitting Andover 14-0. That second semifinal, Stillwater and Chan coming at about 2:30 here this afternoon. And then for the losers of these games, the semifinals, their seasons end today. The third place game at 5 o'clock here at CHS. The winners move on to the championship game Friday night at Target Field. Crimson are the visitors today as we look at their batting order. Tanner Allback, as usual, lead it off for them. Devin Hornbacher batting second and playing left field. Then it's Hunter Gerber, Chayton Fisher, Mason South. Hitting for the pitcher, Aiden Hansen, Aiden McMahon, Zane Bytens, Brian O'Dwyer, and Jacob Kilzer. First pitch of the game. Maple Grove facing another good pitcher, as you would expect at state tournament time. But yesterday it was the Metro Player of the Year and Chris Hokinson and Hunter Frost, a great number 2 pitcher, if you can even call him that, for Farmington. Has really put up some good numbers this season. 1-1 the count to Allback as Frost delivers outside, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, Frost a bulldog on the mound according to Coach Graff, so not a surprise that he's getting the nod today for the start.
Outside it's 3-1. In there for a strike, and the count goes full. Across the season, 7-2 on the year. This is his 7th start of the season. He's played in 11 games in all, and Allback draws a leadoff walk. Look at the defense today for Farmington around the infield. Gabe Bombardier at first, Luke Walton at second, Kyle Hernser at short, Ethan Courier at third. In the outfield, Mason Conrad in left, Connor Weed in center field, and Drew Conrad in right. Tom Vogel is the catcher, and Hunter Frost, as we mentioned, is the pitcher. Devin Hornbacher is the number 2 hitter for Maple Grove, playing in left field today, started in right field yesterday against St. Louis Park. First pitch strike to him. Allback with good speed over first. Ball is bunted. Diving attempt by Courier to catch that one, and could not come up with it in the wet grass.
Yeah, Hornbacher getting a little extra contact off that bunt. Third baseman over there making a good attempt to come on down and try to make a diving play in foul territory, but unable to make the catch.
2 strikes now. Frost delivers high, 1-2. A lot of the fans under cover here with a little bit of a rain that is falling. Pitch is low, 2-2.
Yeah, interesting approach here for Grove, going with a bunt this early.
Foul back out of play. Back up toward the press box. The count stays at 2-2. Fouled away again. It's a good battle here between Frost and Hornbacher. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for the first out of the ball game.
Yeah, big cut there by Hornbacher, looking to send that one to the outfield space, but nice pitch there by Frost.
His 50th strikeout in 42 innings. One away for Hunter Gerber. Cut and a miss. Throw to first and all back in. Gerber with a couple of hits in the quarterfinal round game. Now hitting at .319 on the season. Runner going, and the throw a little bit offline and just missing on the tag. And in safely is Allback.
Yeah, Allback squeaking under that tag there at second. And Grove being aggressive on the bases.
He maybe just missed the tag completely. That's a 22nd steal for Tanner Allback in 23 attempts this season. Third of the tournament. So he's in scoring position. The count 0-2 on Gerber. Maple Grove looking to get on the board right off the bat here. Outside, 1-2.
Allback definitely a champion on the base paths. Stole 5 bases versus Champlin in sections and tied the school record. So he's definitely one that's looking to get an extra base.
Foul back. Still 1-2 to Gerber. Third on the team and runs batted in with 15. Look at Chayton Fisher on deck. Grounded to short and gets through. Allback went back to the bag, not wanting to get caught between second and third. And it goes onto the glove, and it's an error for Farmington, and runners at the corners for Maple Grove.
Yeah, Allback leveraging his speed there and decided to head over to third base after that ball squirted through the shortstop's legs. And Maple Grove looking to do some damage here with only one out.
So an error on Hernser. It's runners at the corners. Big cut and a miss by Fisher on the first offering to him. Fisher with a double and 3 at-bats yesterday. Fouls this one at the plate, and he's behind Frost, 0-2.
Yeah, Chayton stepping out of the batter's box, taking a deep breath, looking to reset.
High and away. And a ball and 2 strikes to Fisher.
Frost not giving Fisher anything to hit at there with that pitch.
2-2. Frost couldn't quite catch the corner there, and it's another ball pitched to Fisher. It's 2-2. Gerber, the short lead at first, all back over a third. Called strike 3. Not the call that time. And there's out number 2 in the second strikeout for Hunter Frost.
Yeah, that pitch must have just appeared to catch that outside corner.
Two outs now, and South swings and misses on the first pitch. Mason South, senior DH. Hitting 5th, batting for the pitcher, Aiden Hansen. It's this one in the air, down the left field line, fouling out of play.
Yeah, South with a very well-timed home run, his first home run of his high school career in the section championship game at Osseo versus Moundsview.
Had a good postseason. On base a couple of times via errors yesterday. But, you know, the coaches always say, put the ball in play, make the other team make a play on you, and Park wasn't able to do that a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch, chopped to third. Go across the diamond, and they get the out to retire Mason South and Maple Grove in the top of the first inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on for Maple Grove as we head to the home half of the first inning here at CHS Field as the rain picks up again here. Tigers are coming up for the first time. Batting order for Farmington today. Mason Conrad is their leadoff hitter. He is in left field today. And it's Kyle Hernser at shortstop, batting second. Gabe Bombardier is the first baseman. And it's Matt Hinnecap, the DH, hitting for the pitcher Frost. Ethan Coyer at third. Connor Weed in center field. Dominic Vogel, the catcher. Drew Conrad in right field, bats eighth. Luke Walton, second base, batting ninth for Farmington. And the defense for Maple Grove today. Hunter Gerber at first, St. Vitens at second, Brian O'Dwyer at short, Tanner Allbeck at third base. In the outfield, Drew Hornbacher in left, Devin Hornbacher, in left. Jacob Kilzer in center, Aiden McMahon in right. Chase Fisher doing the catching today for Aiden Hansen. Aiden Hansen, who threw 21 pitches in relief of starter Aiden McMahon yesterday, which effectively, but can go today and pitch up to 94 pitches on the pitch limit over 2 days, 115. He has been their number one guy most of the year, 4-1 record, 50 strikeouts in 37 2/3 innings pitched, and an ERA of just over 1. Mason Conrad will lead it off here for Farmington. Inside corner for a strike. This is a Farmington team, Craig, with a lot of experience. This defending state champs, as we mentioned. 10 guys on this roster who played on that team a year ago. That's more than you would expect from year to year in any sport with a more limited roster like baseball.
Yeah, that's a lot of talent that's returning to make a run here again in this year's state finals.
0-2 pitch fouled away. Pitch, and Fisher can't quite hang on to it. It stays at 0-2.
Yeah, 16 seniors on this Farmington squad, and 14 of them have committed to play college baseball.
That's pretty good. That's several going the community college route for baseball. Poked foul by Conrad.
Rain coming down a little more steady now. When the Crimson were at bat, it was more of a mist, but we're starting to see a little bit of heavy rainfall at this point.
To the backstop, and it's 1-2. This is a good field as far as drainage and that sort of thing, and so the plan is to kind of play on today, but it certainly can still play a factor. Ball for the pitcher can be a little wet and slip, and for the fielders as well as as good as this field is.
Yeah, the CHS grounds crew did have a tarp down on the infield right before the game started. But yeah, like you said, John, great drainage systems here at CHS. So hopefully it won't be a factor.
Good first at bat to start the Farmington first, and now it's 2-2. Chop back to Hansen. Run it toward Gerber, flip underhand, and there's the first out of the game. Conrad retired.
Yeah, Hansen doing a nice job with that bounce back right to pitcher. Took his time running over to first base and a little underhand flip to get the sure out. Like you said, John, that ball can be a little bit slick out here as the rain picks up.
Kyle Hernser, the starting shortstop. Play at Upper Iowa University next year, an all-conference and all-section player, and one of the captains for the Tigers. Low the way, it's 2-1. Hernser with a .381 batting average on the season. 4 doubles, 2 triples, 19 runs batted in. 20 runs scored. Hansen has fallen behind Hernser 3-1. Swing and miss, and the count to 3-2.
Yeah, Hansen coming back there with a nice strike to get us to a full count here for the Grove.
Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout, falls behind 3-1, and then comes back to get Hernser for the second out. It was a great 3-2 pitch.
Yeah, tremendous pitch there by Hansen. Gets the Maple Grove student section fired up.
And a swing and a miss on the first pitch. Robbinsdale, number 3 hitter, first baseman for Farmington, inside corner, and he's behind 0-2. RCA also headed to Upper Iowa next year, and also all-conference, all-section. He's down in 3 pitches. A good first inning for Hansen. 3 up and 3 down for Farmington. We played 1 inning. State semifinal baseball at CHS Field. No score. Maple Grove and Farmington.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
You got to be ready for the weather here today. As we mentioned, a big contrast from yesterday's hot day. Whether you're working for us or watching the game, be prepared for some weather. Look at that, the rain starting to come down a little harder.
Yeah, the Minnesota State High School League director came into the booth right before the game and said 40% chance of rain, but they had an eye on the radar. So
Aiden McMahon leading it off. Start the second inning for Maple Grove. McMahon, Vitens, and O'Dwyer faced Gabe Frost. Great article by Jim Paulson in the Baseball Hub and the Star Tribune about Aiden McMahon and his start yesterday. Just coming back off that injury that we've detailed. And we saw lightning, and the umpire's going to call it. Now, I just saw lightning over that center field scoreboard, and the umpire saw the same thing I did. And the rule is, you see lightning, you got to pull everybody off the field.
Yeah, home plate umpire, one of the first individuals on the field to get to the dugout after that. So he was not wasting any time. Kind of the speed of Albeck there out there on the base path. So
that's it. No, that is the rule, and that's a good one. So we have a weather delay here in the state semifinals. More baseball coming up. Maple Grove, Farmington. Stay tuned on CCX. We're back in a moment.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Well, here's what you missed since we last talked with you 30 seconds ago there in TV land. We had a heavy rain, lightning that came through St. Paul Wednesday afternoon. They didn't know what we were going to do, and we ended up postponing after 2+ hours. And then voila, today on Thursday afternoon, we resume Maple Grove Farmington baseball, the 4A semifinals. And we pick it up right where we left off in the top of the second inning. And no score and no chance of rain today. 74 degrees right now. A beautiful day to play. Windy, though. Craig Dexheimer, as we look out at the center field flags, wind definitely blowing out today. We had no wind yesterday, then got the rain and the storm. Windy on Tuesday, but this it could play a factor. You get a fly ball up in the air today, it's got a chance to clear the fence.
Yeah, most definitely, John. Here it is, historic Lowertown District of St. Paul. No rain today, just a little bit of wind gusts. So it's going to be a good game here, I think.
Well, Aiden McMahon was at the plate when we saw the lightning out beyond center field, and so he resumes his at-bat to count 1 ball and 1 strike with Ethan Frost still on the mound for Farmington. We'll talk more about the pitching as we go on here, and McMahon fouling the first pitch he sees back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The umpires for today, Dustin Overcash behind the plate, Dean Osgard at first, and Zach Gustafson, the umpire, at third base. Frost 1-2 pitch. High, it's 2-2. Frost yesterday walked 1, and a base runner for Maple Grove reached on an error as this one is bounced up the middle. Earns Cerubble, that low throw, and it gets past first base. And McMahon is on to lead off the second inning. Let's see how they score this one. It wasn't hit terribly hard, and Hernser, I think, probably rushed his throw a little bit because that certainly wasn't a difficult throw, but bounced it to the bag, and McMahon is safe to lead off the Maple Grove second.
Yeah, Bombardier over there at first base tried to make an attempt, but wasn't able to get that ball in his glove, and Maple Grove with a runner on.
They give McMahon credit for a hit, so leadoff single, Maple Grove's first hit of the day, and here's Zane Vitens. Shows bunt, gets it down, but it's foul. Now let's talk about the pitching as Ethan Frost is back on the mound for Farmington. Now, the way the rules read, they put in pitching guidelines, or not guidelines, rules several years ago to try to protect kids' arms. And if you throw 30 pitches in a day, you cannot throw the next day. Fortunately for Farmington and for Ethan Frost, he only threw 29 yesterday. fouled off again by Vitens, and he's behind 2 strikes now. So he's able to come back. On the flip side for Maple Grove, Aiden Hansen had pitched a perfect first inning, but he had also pitched on Tuesday in relief of Aiden McMahon in the quarterfinal round game against St. Louis Park. Rule is he cannot pitch 3 days in a row, so he is out for today's game. And Ethan Zimmerman will take the mound when we go to the bottom half of the second inning. So break for Farmington, bad break for Maple Grove. Now, nothing against Ethan Zimmerman. He's been a great pitcher all year, but certainly would have liked to come back with Aiden Hansen, who would be eligible to pitch tomorrow night if Maple Grove wins today. Vitens chopping it foul, pass down towards third.
Yeah,
so
John,
that's the situation.
You understand why the high school league puts those rules in place to protect pitchers' arms, right? At the same time, just a unique set of circumstances with the way things worked yesterday with the game only going 1 inning. And so, yeah, tough break for Maple Grove.
Aiden's just a spectator today. Grounded, pass second and into center field. So Vitens unable to get the bunt down. Fouls a couple of pitches off, and then he bounces a single past second, and so it works out for the Crimson. They've got the first 2 runners on here to start the second inning.
Yeah, nice hit there for Zane, right up the middle. Battling there with the 2-strike count. And Maple Grove looking to do some damage here with runners at first and second.
Maple Grove, a confident group, I think. And not that Farmington's not the defending state champion. You get all these seniors. They too are, but Maple Grove certainly not going to be wowed by the moment here today. And then any kind of bad break they might perceive not being able to go back to Aiden Hansen. And they're back up there swinging away. Start the second. 1-0 now to Brian O'Dwyer. Pulls the bat back, but it's a called strike.
Yeah, Coach Peterson did say that when the boys found out about Aiden Hansen not being able to throw today, that it really almost fired them up even more. That brought that energy, and they said, hey, let's rally around Aiden and let's bring it today. So, interesting dynamic.
Dwyer pushes a bunt down. They'll throw to third. Got him at third. A great play by Bombardier. Didn't hesitate at all. Throws over to Ethan Coyer to get the out.
Yeah, great heads-up defense there by Farmington. Coyer, foot on the bag, getting that force out over at third. So big play there for Farmington.
And I thought it was a pretty good bunt by O'Dwyer, but really well played by Bombardier, and they just get the lead runner there. Swing and a miss by Jacob Kilzer. 1 strike.
Yeah, Bombardier read that very well over there at first base. Had that bunt locked up and threw over to third to make that out.
Outside corner, strike 2. Frost trying to lock in here and work out of a little trouble. They had 0-2 on Kilzer. High 1-2. Two and two.
Coach Peterson over there at third base, sending in the signal.
Kilzer flares one out into right center field. That's going to drop. Around third comes Vitens. He is going to score, and Maple Grove is on the board first. An RBI single for Jacob Kilzer. Brian O'Dwyer to third. 1-0 Crimson.
Yeah, Kilzer just dialing up that pitch, getting it out there to center field. Coach Peterson saying it's time to get that first run on the board. And Maple Grove takes the early lead.
So an RBI single for Jacob Kilzer, his 9th run batted in of the season. Crimson on the board, back to the top of the order, and Tanner Albeck. He walked. Seems like a day ago, doesn't it, Craig?
It does. You know, it does seem like a day ago, almost to the hour.
Right.
And we were talking about Albeck and his speed on the bases and that kind of jolt of energy he brought. And just when we were talking about that, there comes the lightning. So
Kilzer just got back in on a good throw by Frost at the pickoff try. Way outside, it's 2-0 now to Albeck. Hornbacher on deck. Coyer in at third. Throw again to first. Kilzer is back in. Frost 2-0 pitch. Called strike, 2-1. Two and two. A called strike to Tanner Albeck.
just caught that outside corner. As Frost is continually looking over at first base and eyeing up Kilzer over there as he's getting a bigger lead.
Kilzer going, swing and a miss, throw down to second, and coming in to cut it off was Hernseer. They were worried about O'Dwyer possibly taking off from third and the delayed double steal, and so they give up the stolen base to Kilzer. Takes off the force play, look at it again. He slipped past the bag, so fortunately for Maple Grove, the throw didn't get all the way to the bag. So now two runners on with two outs. Two runners in scoring position, I should say. Kilzer and O'Dwyer at second and third. And Hornbacher, the batter.
Looks like Farmington's already firing up the bullpen as well. Looks like Caleb Myers and Tyler Borlick heading in there to take some warm-up pitches. So interesting call by Farmington there to get the bullpen fired up this early.
Well, and you don't know when a pitcher's thrown 29 pitches like he did yesterday, how much he's going to have coming back. You'd think, you know, you'd be okay, but you got to fully warm up again to get ready for 2 days in a row rather than your normal routine of a warm-up within the game of pitches before an inning. Hornbacher swing and a miss, 0-2.
Yeah, definitely interesting strategy by both coaches. You have to rethink your game plan. Coming in, you're already in the top of the second inning, so it's a quick 6-inning game today.
0-2 pitch a little high, 1-2. Foul back, and Hornbacher staying alive. Count 1-2. Sliced foul, out of play. So the count's still 1-2 to the Crimson left fielder.
Fans continuing to trickle in here. Seems like a little bit less of a crowd today than it was yesterday, but
I think so.
I think there's some nice shade cover here at CHS, and I think there's some folks under that shade canopy as well.
Frost, a long look in to Vogel and delivers. Outside, it's 2-2. Maple Grove would love to get more here. One already in, but two in scoring position with two outs. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Devin Hornbacher.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Frost does on this pitch. He does have first base open with 2 outs, so we'll see if Frost goes after him.
Out of play. Good at bat here Hornbacher hangs in there, 3-2. Hunter Gerber on deck. Outside ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Well, tremendous patience there by Hornbacher. Fouling off a few there with the 2-strike count, and that loads the bases here with 2 outs. So, John, Maple Grove in a position to potentially add to this 1-0 lead.
And you get Hunter Gerber to the plate.
Talked to Coach Peterson last night. I said, what did you guys do during the rain delay? He said, well, DJ Gerber hooked us up with the tunes in the locker room. So I said, we need to see that play set.
A 1 pitch into right field for a base hit. This should score 2. Gets past the right fielder. They're going to send them all. Here comes Hornbacher to the plate. 4-0 Maple Grove. It would have been a 2-run single, and then when it skipped past Drew Conrad, Hornbacher able to score, and Maple Grove has put a 4 spot up on the board here in the top of the second.
Yeah, Gerber with a nice shot to the outfield. Coach Peterson with a heads-up play, watching what was taking place out in the outfield. And there were some reminiscence of the Moundsview game, John, of some errors in the outfield, and Maple Grove took advantage of those. And same thing here, to get up 4-0 over the Farmington Tigers early here in the top of 2.
Gerber will get credit for 2 RBIs there. I'll give him 17 on the season. And then Hornbacher scoring on the error in the outfield. John Graff out, no pitching change yet, but I'm sure it's pretty short leash right now for Ethan Frost. They continue to warm up out in the outfield. Coach Graff, 9th year, and what a program Farmington has built here over the last several years. 14 guys going to play college baseball next season off this team. 18 total over the last 3 years. But it's this is it for them. I mean, for this year. As far as they've got so many seniors, 2 juniors at all. So you think a little bit of rebuilding next year, but I'm sure they've got a lot of good players in the pipeline, the way as good as they've been the last few seasons.
Yeah, absolutely. When talking to Coach Graff, too, looking at his key to success over Maple Grove, his number 1 key was pitching and defense will win the game. So here we are, Maple Grove testing that theory as we watch here.
1 ball, 1 strike to Chayton Fisher. Cut and a miss, 1-2. Well, yeah, you had the infield hit. You had the Vitench grounder that the second baseman couldn't come up with. Not an error, but a play that maybe is made at least half of the time and not made there. And then the error in the outfield that directly leads to that final run there. And the Hornbacher at bat, Key falling behind in the count and coming back and getting on base with the walk. And then Gerber fouls with his big hit. 1-2 to Fisher. Frost delivers. Lifted out in the air to center field. Drifting over toward left as Connor Weed makes the catch. And that is it for the second. It is a very productive top of the second inning for Maple Grove. They come up with 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Our score, the Crimson 4, Farmington Tigers nothing.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American.
You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Maple Grove up on Farmington 4-0. Jeff Peterson liking what he saw from his team as they came back from that 24-hour rain delay. They put up a four spot on the defending state champions. And now they turn it over to Ethan Zimmerman, who comes in relief of Aiden Hansen, who pitched yesterday. We talked about the pitching limits earlier. And Zimmerman has had a good season. 43 innings pitched, ERA of 2.77, better than the strikeout per inning. His 10th appearance, just his second in relief. And so I think Maple Grove feels pretty good having this guy come in relief of Aiden Hansen.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Zimmerman's ready to go. Nice thing about Maple Grove, just as Farmington, right? Very deep at the pitching position. So Zimmerman is ready to take the mound and see what he can do.
Farmington yesterday went out 1-2-3, so this is their 4, 5, and 6 hitters up here in the second, starting with the DH, Matt Hiddenkamp, hitting for the pitcher, Hunter Frost. Zimmerman's first pitch, chopped to second. Hightens backhands and throws to Gerber at first. Nice play. 4-3 put out for the first out of the second.
Yeah, tremendous backhand there by Vitens to scoop that ball in the infield and flip it right over to Gerber to get that first out.
Ethan Coyer is the number 5 hitter. Takes a first pitch strike. Coyer this season, a .291 batting average. No home runs, 11 runs batted in, 11 runs scored for him. And outside corner it seems to be one the pitchers are going to get today, right? I mean, I've seen it on both sides already here in the first inning.
I agree with that.
0-2 pitch. Coyer doesn't chase. 1-2. Zimmerman right back on the rubber, looking back in at Fisher, and set to deliver again. Fouled away.
Well, interesting information, John. Ethan had pitched the 2017 Maple Grove's traveling team when they won state. He pitched in the 13 AA state championship game, and they beat Farmington.
Well, no, I'm sure a lot of these kids, right? 5 years ago?
Yep.
Outside. 2-2. No stranger to big games, either of these guys. Three and 2. Connor Weed on deck. Man, how about that? A walk to Coyer after he fell behind. 0-2 and draws a walk, and their first base runner of the day. That brings up Connor Weed. Center fielder fouls the first pitch back.
Talking to Coach Peterson, you know, one of his keys to success over Farmington is throwing strikes, can't walk batters, right? Farmington is a very good hitting team, so it's critical that Maple Grove dials up that strike zone.
Throw to first, and back in is Coyer. Weed's batting average only .247, but he's got 25 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 5 triples. So he makes his hits count. Strike here, and the count 0-2. Tom Vogel on deck. Nice off-speed pitch called strike 3.
Yeah, good pitch call there for Zimmerman, bringing in the off-speed. Catching Weed looking. Gets Maple Grove that second out.
That's 2 outs. And Vogel, the batter. Left-handed hitting catcher. First pitch from him is low and away. Vogel this season, .259 average. No homers, 8 runs batted in. 7th batter today for the Tigers.
Vogel headed to Dakota Wesleyan to play college baseball, and he can play just about anywhere. Third base, short, second, outfield, catcher, pitcher. So very, very versatile player for Farmington.
2-0 pitch, skips to the plate, 3-0. With Drew Conrad on deck. Hoyer back in. Wasn't too far off the bag there, but Zimmerman looking to keep him close. Taking all the way. It's a strike to Vogel, 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think Vogel had the green light to take his pitch there, so.
Popped into center field, kills her, loses his hat, but catches the ball. And that is it for Farmington in the second. No runs, no hits. They leave one. We've played 2 innings at CHS Field. State semifinal baseball. Maple Grove leads Farmington 4-0.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
There's our scores. We head to the top of the 3rd inning. State 4A baseball from St. Paul. And we followed Maple Grove here in the postseason. And Craig, they've had some great wins in the last week plus. And you look at what they've done at the plate. .330 batting average. Pitchers have been getting the strikeouts, and they've been getting the timely hits. They fell behind Mounds View twice in the winner's bracket final, and then also here in the section championship game, which you're seeing highlights of there when they fell behind 5-0. And then the other day, they fell behind 1-0. And a great start from Aiden McMahon and some timely hitting again for the Crimson, and some poor fielding by Park, and it all led to a Maple Grove victory that has gotten them here to the semifinals.
Yeah, Maple Grove, no stranger to adversity this year, John. Even back to the beginning of the year with Cole Newell, one of the top pitchers in the state of Minnesota, out for the year. It's something that Coach Peterson is proud of with this team. They've really stepped it up. They're rallying around others based on that adversity, and it's really driving this team.
Mason South is the only one who didn't bat in that last inning, and a first pitch drives it out to left center field. Cut off there. South's going to dig for second. It'll be in with a leadoff double.
Yeah, Mason South with a well-hit ball there. He rounded first. He knew he was digging for second with that head-first slide. So great way to start the top of the 3rd here for Maple Grove.
Right on that first pitch. To deliver his 11th double of the season. He, Fisher, and Gerber all had 10 coming into play today. So again, the Crimson putting pressure on Farmington. Pitch is a called strike, and Aiden McMahon behind 0-2. McMahon with the infield single to start that 4-run second for Maple Grove.
Back to that adversity point, Aiden McMahon was out for the first 12 games this season with an ACL injury from October. So good to see him back in the lineup. You know, he's a very impactful player for this Crimson baseball team.
Frost delivers 1-2 and a strikeout of McMahon for the first out in the Maple Grove third.
Yeah, good pitch there by Frost. Getting that strikeout for Farmington.
Fouled back by Vitens, who had a single in his first at bat and a run scored. Whistled foul, just out of play.
Hopefully that's the most action we're going to see that infield tarp get today, John, because yesterday there was a lot of action for that tarp. So let's leave it parked right there for today's ball game.
Hitting right off the tarp in front of those fans in the front row. No balls, 2 strikes. Frost looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Looks back at South, delivers, and fouled back off roof of the stadium here by Vitens. Count stays at 0-2. Vitens a .294 batting average on the season. Cross pitch and fouled away.
Yeah, Vitens dispensing souvenirs for all the fans here for the state tournament semifinal game.
Chops to third. Runner going to third, and he is safe. Boy, South overran the bag. I think Farmington thought they had him initially before he got to the bag, and are going to argue that point, not going to win it, and South is going to be safe.
Yeah, South being aggressive on that base path, getting over there to third base. Like you said, slid past the base, and from our vantage point, you could see the ball just squirting out. So
right there, I think they thought they had him, and then the ball comes out of the glove of Coyer. South scrambles back to the bag, and everybody's safe.
Yeah, so from that angle, it's tough to see. Did the ball come out on the tag? And it does look like the ball did come loose out of his glove, and South heads up, gets back, and jumps on the base.
And we are going to get a pitching change for Farmington. So Ethan Frost, resumption of game 2, this semifinal does not go long. We'll take a break. More baseball coming your way. Another threat for Maple Grove, up 4-0. 2 runners on. More baseball from CHS Field after this.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Tyler Borlick is the new pitcher on in relief of Ethan Frost for Farmington. Borlick has pitched exclusively in relief this season. His 14th game pitched. 1-0 with 6 saves. In the 22 innings he's pitched, allowed just 8 hits, Craig, 4 walks, and 35 strikeouts. So he can bring it. An ERA of 0.55. Ethan Frost now is the spectator. Maple Grove seeing if they can do something with this. With the misplay in the field a moment ago by the Tigers. Orlick's first pitch up high to Brian O'Dwyer.
Yeah, it might be interesting with O'Dwyer's history of bunting. It might be interesting to see if Maple Grove might bring a squeeze play here.
They did it the other day against St. Louis Park. Poyer in on the grass at third. A big cut though on that pitch. That's 1-1.
Yeah, O'Dwyer definitely not looking to bunt on that pitch.
Middle infielder's back, hoping for a double play. South the runner at third, Vitens at first. 1 ball, 1 strike to O'Dwyer. 1 out, and then Maple Grove third. They lead 4-0. O'Dwyer does get the bunt down the squeeze. South is going to be home. They'll get another run, and it's 5-0. Good call, Coach.
Well, there it is. You know, I know Coach Darby Carlson liked to use the bunt historically, and I know Coach Peterson does mix it in at times, and there it was. A nice way for Maple Grove to get another run here to make that differential 5-0. Very well executed bunt by O'Dwyer.
Vitens at second with 2 outs, and here's Kilzer. He was swung, but did it hit him? Strike call. I don't think it. The fall ball. The umpires are going to discuss it. I think it's just a wild pitch, but a strike. As Kilzer had swung at it. But Vogel wasn't able to handle it. Let's look at it again. Yeah, no, it hit.
Did it hit
off
the home plate
umpire.
umpire's mask?
Yeah, he shook it off.
Yeah.
So Vitens to third on the wild pitch. 0-1 the count to Kilzer. Strike call. 0-2.
Vitens was inching down the line there.
Just missed. 1-2. Kilzer held up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Borlick trying to work out of this trouble. It's called strike 3. Kilzer thought that was ball 3, and instead he'll walk back to the dugout, and that'll be it for Maple Grove in the third. But they get one more run on 1 hit and lead 1. We go to the bottom half of the third. Another run for the Crimson. It's 5-0 Maple Grove.
Can I get the now bar, please?
$1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Let me get a now bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
Got it.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Not been a lot to cheer for Farmington fans so far. Their club down 5-0 as we head to the bottom half of the third inning here at CHS Field. They did trail against Park Cottage Grove in the quarterfinals, but not by 5 runs. And now going against this good Maple Grove team. Stake to the lead. Ethan Zimmerman got another run as Farmington has their 8, 9, and 1 hitters. So a couple guys who haven't yet even batted in the game to lead it off. Drew Conrad, Luke Walton, then back to the top of the order to Mason Conrad. Drew Conrad had 3 hits in that quarterfinal win over Park Cottage Grove. Big RBI late in that game to drive in a run. Zimmerman's 0-1 pitch. Rolled foul. 2 strikes.
Drew Conrad headed to Wartburg College in Iowa to play ball next year.
Yeah, not joining his brother in college. His brother's going to Alexandria Tech Community College. Ooh, that was close. Fisher held it for an extra second to see if that would influence the umpire. Of course it didn't. It's 1-2. That was a pretty good pitch by Zimmerman. But I think the right call. Maybe it's just a touch low over the plate, but 1-2 is hit out into left center field. And there's a base hit. There's Drew Conrad with a leadoff single here in the 3rd.
Yeah, Conrad jumping on that pitch with the 1-2 count and looking to give Farmington a little bit of a spark here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
First hit of the day, second base runner of the game for Farmington. And that brings up Luke Walton. Fouls it away, strike 1.
Wind directions now a little bit more heading out to right center from due center before when Kilzer lost his hat.
Definitely still, you would think, an advantage to the players if you can get a ball up in the air. That might normally be a routine fly ball, could carry out today. Haven't seen it yet.
Yep, haven't seen it yet.
That's it, catches the corner. And Zimmerman ahead of Walton, 2 strikes. Called strike 3. Walton out on strike, second strikeout for Zimmerman.
Yeah, great pitch there by Zimmerman.
Back to the top of the order and Mason Conrad. Bounced out to starter Aiden Hansen in his first at bat in the first inning Wednesday. Go to first, close. First tag just a touch too late, trying to pick off Drew Conrad.
Yeah, I think Gerber thought he might have got him there. The throw over to first a little bit high, making Gerber reach, so it's the right call.
Another throw. One ball, no strikes. Mason Conrad grounds this one to second by Tense. Short to O'Dwyer, back to first. Making the stretch, and can't double up Mason Conrad, who runs well and does reach on the fielder's choice, but to get the lead runner out.
Yeah, good defensive play by Maple Grove there to get the lead runner, John, like you said. Gerber making a kind of a split attempt to stretch to get that hopping ball over to first, but yeah, clearly safe.
2 outs with Mason Conrad replacing his brother over at first. Kyle Hernseer chopping the first pitch to him at the plate. Throw to first. Mason Conrad back in. Edwards got a good move especially for a right-hander. He's going to keep Tigers honest. Good block by Fisher as he pops out. Blocks that one in the dirt. 1-1 the count to Hernseer.
Yeah, Zimmerman does have a quick move over to first. Nice way to keep those runners honest.
Another throw to first. He's back again. This Farmington team with a .307 team batting average, led by Hernseer, who's batting .381. Outside, 2-1. Three and one. Bombardier, dangerous hitter on deck for Farmington. Or I should say another dangerous hitter, right?
Absolutely.
One pitch, chopped, and a tough play. Fisher up with it though, makes the throw to Gerber, and they get the out. Good play by Cheaton, Fisher, and Hernseer retired, turn 2-3. And the All-State catcher with a good defensive play, and Farmington retired in the third. No runs on a hit, they leave one. 3 innings complete, Maple Grove leading Farmington 5-0. Farmington with a championship pedigree. They come into today's game with a 22-3 record. Number one team pretty much all season in Class 4A. Number one seed for this tournament. And the defending state champions in Class 4A. Winning it all at Target Field last year. Looking to go back-to-back for the first time for a team since Mounds View did it in 2013 and 2014. But they got their work cut out for them against this Maple Grove team. And Crimson looking to get to the state championship game for the first time since 2011, second year of Target Field, and have a 5-0 lead on the Tigers as we move to the top half of the fourth inning.
Yeah, talking to Coach Graff yesterday in the state championship last year, Farmington had 40 at-bats and only struck out twice in that big win for them. So, like you said, John, a very good hitting team, especially on that 0-2 count. I know last year they had a lot of 0-2 hits.
Tyler Borlick, first full inning of work for him now as he came on in relief in the third for Frost. Albeck, Hornbacher, and Gerber, top of the order for the Crimson. Looking for win number 21 on the season. The loser of this game will play either Stillwater or Chanhassen later this afternoon, so they got to stick around. And the third place game for 4A scheduled for approximately 5 p.m. today here at CHS. There's Chanhassen. They're in the ballpark already, as they were yesterday, and then had to go home with no ball at all for them or the Stillwater Ponies.
Yep, those teams were frequent visitors of the concession stand as they were getting hot dogs and hamburgers, waiting for the rain delay to end.
All right, Albeck's got a bat he likes. It's 0-1. And he's behind now, 0-2, went around on that pitch. Chopped to deep short. Hernseer up with it. Fires to first, not in time. Pulled the runner off the bag. Albeck runs very well and beats it out.
Yeah, Bombardier over there at first was able to get up and catch that ball, so it didn't fly over his head. Tried to sweep his arm through to make the tag, but unable to do so, and Maple Grove with a runner on.
See how they score that, if that's going to be hit or error. Hornbacher showing bunt, takes a strike. It'll be an E6, an error on Hernseer to allow Albeck to score, or to reach base, I should say. Hornbacher gets the bunt down, fair. The throw to first, a little trouble with it, and he is out. Whew, that was close. Marzi just able to get his foot on the base and moving the runner on to second base, Albeck.
Yeah, I think first base umpire over there running the tape back in his mind, trying to think about that. A little delayed call, but let's see it here on replay. And it's close, but it does look like even after bobbling the ball, Bombardier was able to scoop it up with his foot on the bag to get that out.
But they get Albeck into scoring position and bring Gerber to the plate. Gerber with a big 2-run single in his last at-bat. Up high from Borlick, 1-0.
You know, John, Tyler Borlick on the mound for Farmington, he's a newcomer. He was not on the team last year with the state championship, so he's an honorable mention all-conference this year and definitely an impact player, even though he was not on the team at the state championship.
Yeah, he's really had a good season for them. 1-1 now. The count to Gerber. He's had some big hits in this season for Maple Grove. Looking to deliver another one here with a runner out at second base. Oh, and Gerber will take it for strike. It's 1-2. Fisher on deck. So much like St. Louis Park in the quarterfinals, Farmington not sharp in the field so far. With Maple Grove, to their credit, has taken advantage in both days.
Yeah, Maple Grove taking those opportunities and capitalizing on those.
Albeck going, grounded to second, fielded safely there, and they throw on to first, and Bombardier gets the tag on Gerber. On the high throw from Walton, Albeck was going, gets to third. He would have gotten to third anyway on that play, and 2 away. And Fisher, the batter.
Yeah, Bombardier making a nice play over there. On the tag out, lost his sunglasses, which Coach Spurl graciously picked up and handed back to him.
Cheatin' Fisher, the batter, slicing the first pitch out of play.
Couple of fans out there in left field on the lawn, as it's known. Can seat 1,000 people here at CHS. Looks like we have about 950 more people to get out there for capacity.
1,000 on that berm?
That's what it says, according to Wikipedia.
Okay.
Not sure that would be properly socially distanced.
Well, wouldn't or terribly comfortable. 1-1, the count to Fisher. To drive in Albeck from third. Called strike, 1-2. Maple Grove has had base runners on in every inning. Somebody in scoring position. They've already put 5 on the board. High and tight on Fisher. 2-2. High, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Fisher.
Talking to Coach Peterson, he said the only thing that stands in our way is us. It's like feeding lions. These boys keep playing harder as the games get bigger. You can see that intensity coming even from the dugout.
Fisher, good rip on that one, fouls it back. Still 3-2 against Borlick. Swing and a miss. Gets out of trouble. And keeps the score at 5-0. Maple Grove picking up a base runner, but no runs. We go to the bottom half of the fourth. Still 5-0 Crimson.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Number 4 seed Maple Grove leading number 1 seed Farmington 5-0 as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. Both of these programs have been in the state tournament. Maple Grove making their 9th state tournament appearance with their first since 2017. Farmington, their 3rd in school history and back-to-back. Crimson looking for their first state title, and the Tigers obviously looking to defend that state championship from June of 2021. Well, they got the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Craig, for Farmington. This is a time, if you're the Tigers, to start your rally, right? You only got 4 innings left, and you got a lot of work to do.
That's right. The outs are dwindling here for Farmington, so they're definitely looking for an opportunity here coming up through the middle of that order.
Bombardier tags one deep to left. Hornbacher turns. This is well gone. A home run, and Farmington is on the board.
Well, John, as you said, Farmington looking to get some form of a spark. And Bombardier there with an absolute blast out to left field to cut the Maple Grove lead down now to 4, 5-1.
Excuse me, it's team high 5th home run of the season, 19th RBI. See if that gets the Tigers going.
Well, it definitely got the student section up off their feet.
That was a no-doubter. Hornbacher took a couple of steps, and he's like, I got no shot at that one. And a first pitch low to Matt Hinnenkamp. Yeah, you got those students riled up now, fired up for Farmington, trying to keep this going here in the home half of the 4th. Outside, 2-0.
Well, Zimmerman just needs to take a deep breath, relax a bit, step off the mound, come back in and dial it back in.
Right.
Find that groove.
It's 1 run, right?
It's 1 run.
Yeah.
It's 1 run.
But he has fallen behind 3-0 now to Matt Hinnenkamp. Four-pitch walk. Farmington getting a runner on with a run already in. Nobody out here in the 4th.
Yeah, Hinnenkamp there with the bat on his shoulder, and that's going to lead to a Peterson visit to the mound. Again, at this point, Zimmerman's thrown a phenomenal game thus far.
Michael Ross is going to go down and get some warm-up tosses in, though, for Maple Grove. They're going to get his arm ready. So buy him a little more time. Just trying to settle him down, too. Not going to be pulled quite yet, obviously, but again, just 1 run in. Got a runner on. Let's throw strikes, put the ball in play. Your fielders do the job behind you, and their fielding has been really good in the postseason.
Yeah, absolutely. Great defense behind Zimmerman here. You know, if he can turn this into a double play ball, that changes the dynamic of this inning significantly.
Ethan Coyer, the batter. And the first pitch strike to him. Coyer with a walk in his only at bat. Swing and a miss, and Zimmerman works ahead of Coyer, 2 strikes.
Well, now Zimmerman's in a very good position here to take control of this at bat.
Slow roller, Allbeck can't come up with it. Everybody's safe. Farmington's got 2 runners on here. Nobody out in the 4th.
Yeah, a little slow roller over there to Allbeck. Looked like it got caught up a little bit in the grass, maybe a little bit more than Allbeck anticipated. I think he was judging that ball to come a little bit faster to him. And it just squirted out of his glove, and at that point, Allbeck just eats it and says, all right. Runners at first and second, but let's see how Zimmerman responds.
Scored as an error. First of the day for Crimson. And Connor Weed takes the first pitch to him up high. Zimmerman looks back towards second. And his delivery to Weed. Down low, it's 2-0. Foul past third.
Connor Weed comes from a good pedigree of baseball. His older brother Adam, 3 years older, actually was the first known Division I player in team history for Farmington to go play D1 ball. He was playing down at University of Illinois, Chicago. So definitely coming from a lineage of baseball.
2 balls, 1 strike to Connor Weed. And to follow in his brother's footsteps and come up with a big hit in Farmington baseball history here today. Swing and a miss. Pitch from Zimmerman, it's 2-2.
Yeah, good pitch there by Zimmerman to just stay focused.
Grounded deep in the hole, past Dwyer and into left field. Hornbacher comes up throwing, they cut it off. Not sending Hinnenkamp, and Farmington's got the bases loaded here with still nobody out in the 4th on the single by Weed.
Yeah, Gerber over there to talk to Zimmerman to calm him down a bit, but Farmington will be bringing the tying run to the plate in the event that they can circulate all these base runners. So Maple Grove now needing to set up a little different strategy here on defense.
Corners in, middle infielders back. Nobody out, bases loaded for Dom Vogel. Outside corner for strike 1.
Well, like you said earlier, John, there's that outside pitch on that outside corner that's been being called on both sides.
Strike 2.
Some good side-to-side movement there by Zimmerman.
No balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded for Farmington, a run already in. Pitch to Vogel, 1-2.
Yeah, that's the right pitch there on that 0-2 count. You don't want to give him something to swing at necessarily.
Fisher out now to talk to Ethan Zimmerman as you look at the Farmington base runners.
Strategizing on which pitch is coming in here.
One-two pitch fouled away.
Well, Farmington looking to reduce Maple Grove's lead, and Maple Grove looking to at least get it out on the board here.
Zimmerman steps off, now back in against Vogel. 2 pitch, a little low, 2-2. I think if Vogel gets on, this is probably the last batter for Zimmerman, right?
I would think so.
Two delivery, out back.
Yeah, I think at this point, you know, there goes Chayton back out to the mound to chat with Zimmerman. But yeah, I think at this point, you know, Coach Peterson's going to be really watching what's transpiring here. You know, he's got Michael Ross warming up in the dugout. So we've got the Crimson side, there's a lot of pitching depth, and home plate umpire coming out to say, let's speed this game up here. So a big 2-2 pitch coming up here for Maple Grove.
Zimmerman, another long look into Fisher. Foul again. Vogel just getting a piece of those last couple of pitches to stay alive.
Yeah, the Farmington base runners advancing there, thinking they were going to get something, but foul ball called. As the Farmington student section continues to raise that energy level.
Two pitch, and now the count is full.
Well, John, now you have a very interesting decision here, a 3-2 count, bases loaded. You really don't want to walk in a run.
Zimmerman from the set delivers. There's ball 4. Another run is in. And it's 5-2. Hinnenkamp scores, an RBI for Vogel. And Farmington with a tying run on base here. And to add to what's already a pretty good inning for them. And that will be the end of the line here for Ethan Zimmerman. Michael Ross coming in out of the bullpen. And the day is done for the Crimson senior. The leadoff home run by Bombardier gets Farmington going. They've added a hit, 2 walks, and an error. Now 2 on the board. Take a break, come back. War State baseball from St. Paul. It's 5-2, Maple Grove.
As a scientist, I know by the time she takes her first breath, 9 billion more tons of carbon pollution will be in the air. When she takes her first steps, wildfires will have burned millions more acres she could have explored. By the time a child born today goes to college, it may be too late to leave them the world we promised. Our window to act on climate change is like watching them grow up. We blink and we miss it.
This one's for the real ballers and shot callers. The Sisterhood of Women in Tech. They're discovering cures, building apps, and programming the blockchain. They're CEOs, worldwide hustlers who can make it rain. They're tearing down the old boys club and seeing big gains. Because when women in tech come together, you know they make that change.
Ethan Zimmerman done for the day, hoping Michael Ross and his teammates can hold the lead here. Farmington with 2 on the board here in the 4th. They have the bases loaded, and the junior right-hander Michael Ross coming in to pitch. He's thrown 12 2/3 innings. His 6th appearance of the season, 5 of them in relief. 1-0 record, a win coming in the section championship against Moundsview, and he relieved Zimmerman, an ERA of 2.23, 10 strikeouts in 12.2 innings. But not necessarily a strikeout pitcher like some of the other guys we've seen, like an Aiden Hansen.
Right, Michael's got a little bit more action, a little bit less velocity. I think what Coach Peterson is looking to do here is really give Farmington a different look. You know, Michael did a phenomenal job in that section championship game, pitched 4 2/3 innings, allowed 1 run on 4 hits with 4 strikeouts. So definitely a pressure situation for Ross. He's been in this spot against Moundsview, and let's see how he responds as the Farmington student section is on their feet and definitely bringing energy to this stadium.
Bases loaded now for Drew Conrad, who's still perfect in the state tournament, 4 for 4 at the plate. Coyer, Weed, and Vogel, the base runners. Swing and a miss. 1-1. Back to miss.
Yeah, good pitch there by Ross. You know, he's settling in, getting his composure. I'm sure the butterflies are out there, but just needs to throw some strikes. Strikeout here would be huge.
1-2 pitch. On a line to Vitens, and he makes the catch for the out. A soft liner. Mogul fortunately paying attention at first base. Not doubled off at first, and there's the out that Maple Grove needed to get things started here.
Yeah, Vitens making a key first out at the bottom half of this 4th inning. Just a flare shot over to second. So heads up play. And like you said, John, good base running there by Farmington to get back and avoid the double play ball.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have had to go down for that ball, if he had been able to catch it standing up, they would have had the runner doubled up, but he had to go down a little bit to make the catch. 1 strike on the foul ball here to Luke Walton, the number 9 hitter for Farmington. In the air to center, Kills are going back, still going back. He's going to make the catch. He'll get another run in though. And a runner move up to third, sacrifice fly on the long fly ball by Walton, and it's 5-3.
Yeah, Kills are judging that ball very well in this win, John. Turning back, making that catch, but Farmington reducing that lead for the Crimson. And with that swirling wind, I mean, sometimes you look at that flag and it's blowing deep center and then it's moving out to right. So good play by Kilser out there to get that second out.
That will be an unearned run. Another up on the board here for Farmington. Still the tying runs on for them with back to the top of the order and Mason Conrad. Inside low again, 2-0.
One of Coach Graff's keys to winning. He said we need to scratch out a couple of runs at the right time. So Farmington trying to put that recipe in place here in the bottom of the 4th.
It's to first. Gerber can't get it in fair territory. It's a foul ball. 2-1.
Yeah, you could tell Gerber wanted to get that ball in fair territory because he knew that was going to be a sure out as the runner was heading straight to first. So Gerber with a heads-up play, but unable to get that ball before it rolled foul.
Foul, and it's 2-2.
Well, Ross in a good position here with a 2-2 count, 2 outs. As he looks into the call from Fisher.
8th batter of the inning for Farmington. 3 in, 2 on, 2 out. 2-2 to Mason Conrad. Ross's pitch, swing and a miss, and a big strikeout. Junior comes in, he gets 3 big outs, and you score 1 run on the sacrifice. The middle out, but it could have been worse. But Farmington, a great start of their, what they hope is a comeback. 3 runs on 2 hits, an error, they lead 2. 4 innings complete now here at CHS Field. Maple Grove 5, Farmington 3.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Fun afternoon of baseball here in St. Paul. State Class 4A semifinal. First of 2 semifinals today at CHS. Maple Grove up on Farmington 5-3 as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. Tyler Borlick still pitching for Farmington. Came on in relief back in the 3rd. Mason South to lead it off for Maple Grove. South, McMahon, and Vitens up here in the visiting half of the 5th inning. 2-0.
Well, Maple Grove looking to get some of that momentum back, right? Baseball is all about momentum swings. Farmington had it in that last half of that inning, and Maple Grove looking to respond.
Borlick's fallen behind 3-0. He had a long time there in the dugout while his teammates were at bat. While he appreciates the 3 runs. Been a while since he's been out on the mound. Farmington had player warming up last inning. They'll get somebody fired up here again. Regardless, this could be the end of the line this inning for Borlick. Hasn't thrown a ton of innings this year, and if he got through this inning, it would be 2 2/3 innings he would have in the books. Owen Schmidt out there getting loose. 3-1 pitch. South into left field, a base hit. Mason South is 2 for 3.
Yeah, South with great contact there. Great base hit out to left. And John, like you said, you have to think with Borlick here, depending on the pitch count for this inning and what transpires, if Maple Grove can keep the bats alive, it may be the end of the road for Borlick unless he can get out of this pretty quickly.
Brings up McMahon. 1 for 2 today. Came into play today with a .393 batting average. Again, that we've documented. Missed about half the season. That's just in 11 games. Showing bunt and fouls it back, and now he's behind 0-2.
Yeah, Ethan Coyer from Farmington saw that bunt read, and he was sprinting towards home.
Outside, Vogel tried to frame it back in, but it's 1-2. Lined off the pitcher's glove, bobbled that second, everybody safe. McMahon reaches south to second. Nobody out in the Maple Grove, fifth.
Yeah, McMahon with an absolute rocket right back to the pitcher's mound. Ricochets off the pitcher's glove. Second base can't get it. Short comes over. And Maple Grove now with 2 runners on and nobody out.
Second infield hit for Aiden McMahon today. Zane Vitens, the batter. Now the Maple Grove fans trying to get fired up. Their team some more runs. This is bounced to short, could be 2. Step on second, throw to first, and a nice scoop by Bombardier. They get the double play. 2 outs, South moving on to third.
Yeah, huge defensive play there at the right time for Farmington. And like you said, John, Bombardier there with a tremendous play over at first to scoop that ball and to get that second out.
Big couple of outs there for Tyler Borlick and Farmington. Now Dwyer takes the first pitch up high. Two and 0. Called strike. It's 2 balls and a strike. Slice foul, out of play.
But Dwyer had some timely hits in the sectional games for Maple Grove, especially coming in against Mounds View. Some timely base hits that really helped seal the deal for the Crimson.
Called strike 3. Oh, Dwyer turns like, no. Well, that's the call. Farmington fans fired up. And Maple Grove out. They get a couple of runners early. Then a double play and a strikeout ends it. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left. 4.5 innings, 5-3 Crimson.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Crimson nursing a 2-run lead on Farmington as we head to the home half of the 5th inning. 5-3. The Tigers with 3 runs in the bottom half of that fourth inning. Maple Grove had scored 4 runs in the top of the second and added 1 more in the third. Michael Ross came out in relief of Ethan Zimmerman. A line out, a fly out, and a strikeout. His 3 batters he faced. And his first time facing Kyle Hernseer. Takes a strike, it's 1-1. Hernseer 0 for 2 on the day. Popped up for the Farmington dugout. Long run, and Ross and Gerber collide, and the ball drops.
Yeah, it looked like just a basic fundamental. It's a tough play to make over there as you're both sprinting into the ball, but from this angle, you wonder, and maybe the fans had something to do with the loudness, but it didn't look like anyone was calling for that ball as they all were charging for it. So
the Crimson hope that doesn't cost them here as Hernseer has new life. Pokes it out into right field. McMahon with a long run makes the catch. And so the drop foul ball doesn't hurt. Nice running catch by Aiden McMahon, and Hernseer out to start Farmington 5th.
yeah, McMahon putting on the Jets there to get that ball over in right. At first, it looked like that ball might flare in for a single, but not so much. McMahon there sprinting after that ball to get a much needed out, and I think this is a critical next set of outs here for the Crimson to see how they respond.
And here's Bombardier, who started it all off last inning. That mammoth home run to left, leading off the fourth inning rather. Made it 5-1. They added 2 more runs. Good pitch from Ross, called strike. It's the count to 2-1.
Yeah, Bombardier, all conference, all section. He's got power at the plate, as we saw earlier.
Outside corner for a strike. 2-2. A lot of batters haven't been too thrilled with that outside corner, but it's been consistent, right? I mean, we've seen it on both sides. 2-2 pitch. Swing, and it's dropped, but and then kick toward first. Gerber picks it up. What are we going to rule here? Fisher was going to play it, and then it was kicked by the batter.
Yeah, it looked like Bombardier kicked it as he was running towards first. So umpires holding a little conference.
Not knowing the rule book like Gene Walk did, the old Twins manager, who knew every rule better than the umpires. Can't believe that. I mean, I don't think it was necessarily intentional, but in his running motion, he definitely kicked the ball. And Fisher was not allowed to make a play on the ball.
Yeah, here's the replay.
And he is out. Yeah. Because otherwise, you could just kick it all the way into right field if that were allowed,
it could
right?
become a game of kickball then, but it almost looked like, yeah, that's, you could see it there in that replay. Great camera angle there by the CCX camera crew.
John Graff wanting the explanation. So 2 outs. And a big out to get that guy out, right?
Yeah, that was a huge out for Ross and the Crimson defense there. You know, only that 2-run cushion of a lead right now. And especially with, Maple Grove being the visitors. So that will leave Farmington with last wraps here for the 7th. But we're back here in the bottom of 5 with 2 down.
I don't know if John Graff is totally satisfied with the explanation. If the conversation is over, 2 outs, nobody on. The first pitch called strike to Matt Hinnenkamp.
Well, Ross finding that outside corner. In fact, the scoreboard, well, it looked like.
Yeah, I think they thought the first one was, well, yeah, the scoreboard says 2-0. It's 1-1, the count, which we have, as you see on your screen at home. Called strike, good pitch, and it's 1-2.
Confirmed by home plate umpire as well, the 1-2 count.
little slow roller. Ross off the mound. Throws to Gerber. And a good job by Michael Ross to get the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in order here in the 5th. Nothing across for Farmington. We played 5. Still 5-3 Crimson.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Tyler Borlick back out for Farmington as we go to the top half of the 6th inning here at CHS Field. 5-3, Maple Grove. Get to get into the state championship game for the first time for the program since 2011. Farmington obviously looking to go back-to-back. 9 1 and 2 hitters up for Maple Grove. It's Kilzer, Allbeck, and Hornbacher to face Borlick. Chop foul. 1 strike to Kilzer. Is 1 for 2 today. Unscored for the junior. Really had a nice season at quarterback for Maple Grove, both running and passing last fall as a junior, getting them to the state championship. Fouls this one back. 0-2.
Yeah, a lot of these boys for the Crimson have state championship experience, both in hockey and in football. I know talking to Coach Peterson, he said one thing the boys don't want to do is take runner-up in this year's state baseball tournament.
Low and away from Borlick. 1-2. Maple Grove last inning getting the first 2 runners on, but weren't able to add to their lead. Borlick working out of trouble with a double play and a strikeout. Hit pretty well, but on the line right at Mason Conrad. Kills her out to start the Maple Grove 6th. Still 1 away, and Tanner Allbeck the batter.
Yeah, Coach Peterson calls Tanner the team spark plug, so be nice to see Tanner get some sparks going here for the Crimson.
Called strike to Allbeck. Has reached twice today. In 3 at-bats, that one and a duck out of the way of 1-1.
Yeah, you wonder if Borlick is beginning to fatigue a bit, John.
Down low, and it's 2-1.
Some pitches here, a little bit up and outside, some down on the dirt.
Called strike, it's 2-2.
Well, that was a nice pitch there by Borlick.
Out in the air to right field, driving Drew Conrad back. That one kept carrying almost to the warning track, and he makes the catch.
Yeah, Conrad doing a little bit of a shuffle out there with his feet to get position to get under that fly ball. But nice defensive play out there in right field to get that second out for Farmington.
Well, Borlick has done just what you'd want him to do, right? In relief of Frost, who gave up the 5 runs, not allowed. He's given up some base runners, but no runs charged to him since he came in.
Yeah, he's done a phenomenal job here of answering the call from Coach Graff.
Called strike to Hornbacher. Having to walk in 3 at-bats, sacrifice Button his last at-bat. Two and one. Three balls and a strike. Got a foul back. It's 3-2.
Yeah, Hornbacher liked that pitch coming in. Be interesting here to see what Borlick does on this full count pitch.
High and away, ball 4, and Hornbacher draws his second walk today. I'll get Gerber to the plate.
Adds a little bit of a spark to the Crimson fan base here.
Gerber today has been on twice, reached on an error in the first inning, 2-run single in the second, grounded out in the fourth. Called strike on the first pitch to him. One ball, one strike on the count to Gerber. Hornbacher taking his lead over at first, not going. Gerber slices it out into right. Conrad comes in and makes the catch. So no runs, no hits. Maple Grove leaves 1. They have stranded 7 in the game. We've played 5.5. Still 5-3 Crimson. Farmington got 3 runs in the 4th inning, nothing in the 5th, and 6 outs between them and somebody getting to Friday night. 5-3 our score, and you look at the last decade of champions in Class 4A, or it was 3A originally, and then switching to 4A 6 seasons ago. Burnsville defeating Maple Grove back in 2011, then Eastview, and then the back-to-back championships for Moundsview, and Chanhassen, who's in the tournament today, playing Stillwater later here at CHS. Wayzata winning it 6 years ago. Eden Prairie, Stillwater, the other semifinalist in the second game. Eastridge, original tournament 2 years ago, and then Farmington looking to go to back. I'm sure a lot of these Chanhassen guys or Stillwater guys know players around those state title teams a few years ago for their respective schools.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether it's club ball or different organizations, they played together.
Swing and a miss, 1-1 to Ethan Coyer. Michael Ross has pitched 2 innings, came in with nobody out in the 4th. He has not allowed a base runner yet, has struck out 2 in the 6 batters he's faced. But now ahead on the count 1-2 to Coyer. Ethan Coyer's been on twice today. A walk and then reached on an error and later scored. Outside there, it's 2-2.
Coyer headed to the NIACC, also all section accolades this year.
Outside again. And now the count is full to the Farmington leadoff batter. Ross's pitch outside is ball 4, and Coyer is on for the 3rd time today, his 2nd walk. Farmington brings the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, Ross there walking the leadoff batter. Again, that a lot of energy coming from behind the Farmington dugout there with that student section. So Farmington just hanging around here, John.
Carson Spellman is the runner at first base, the pinch runner for Coyer. Connor Weed taking a first pitch. It drops in for a strike. Weed 1 for 2 today. Just outside, it's 1-1. Swung through that one, and it's 1-2. Ross with 2 strikeouts in 2 innings. Outside. And the count is 2-2. Spellman getting a decent lead over at first. Ross's 2-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. His 3rd strikeout, not number 1 here in the 6th.
Yeah, big strikeout there for Ross and the Maple Grove Crimson.
That pitch is dipped there underneath the bat of Weed. Good pitch from the junior righty. 1 down, 1 on. And the Farmington catcher, Dom Vogel, at the plate. First pitch up high, ball 1.
Yes, some Stillwater and Chanhassen fans trickling in here. It's a big game immediately following this one.
Down low, it's 2-0 to Vogel.
Chanhassen surprising Andover 14-0 with a no-hitter.
Looped up the middle for a base hit. Farmington's got 2 runners on with 1 out here in the 6th. Vogel's first hit today, first hit against Ross. Spellman stops at second. Now the tying run on base again for Farmington with 1 out in the 6th. Andover and St. Louis Park both going quietly in this tournament. Eliminated 2 games. Pop out to short right field. That's going to drop. And no play for Maple Grove. Is over the head of Vitens and in front of McMahon is no man's land. And it's a well-placed hit there for Drew Conrad. And the base is loaded for Farmington.
Yeah, a little flare just over Vitens at second base, getting in for the base hit. That's going to result in a visit here from Coach Peterson. And it looks like there might be a little bit of a change from a pitching status as well. So
Then Vitens is going to come in. Kellen Riskadal will take his place at second. And we do indeed have a pitching change. The fourth pitcher of the game from Maple Grove. Farmington with something going here in the sixth. Take time out. More baseball from CHS Field after this.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
St. Vitens comes in with the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th, making his 9th appearance of the year. 1-0 on the season, an ERA of 3.32. Luke Walton, the first batter he faces. He doesn't know where it is for a moment, but it's right at his feet. It's 1 ball. Walton with a sacrifice fly in his last at bat.
yeah, the wind picking up again. You could see it rippling through Vitens' baseball pants out there on the mound.
1-0 the count to Walton. Inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Spellman at third, Vogel at second, Drew Conrad the base runner at first. Bases loaded for Farmington. Trying to come back for the second time in this state tournament. Outside it's 2-1. Walton steps back in, 2-1 pitch. Outside 3-1.
Well, big pitch coming up here for Vitens on this 3-1 count with bases loaded for Farmington.
Driven in the air to right, back goes McMahon. This is gone. It's a grand slam. Luke Walton has put Farmington in the lead, 7-5.
Well, exactly what Farmington needed at the exactly right time. An absolute bomb to right field. And a very dynamic changing hit there and home run for the Farmington Tigers here at CHS Field in St. Paul in this semifinal game of the state tournament.
Wow, just like that, the blast and the grand slam for Luke Walton.
Yeah, Walton knew when he hit it. He flipped the bat. He knew that ball was gone.
Second home run of the season. He's got 5 RBIs in the day and now 13 on the season. Now back to the top of the order to Mason Conrad. And now all of a sudden if you're Maple Grove, you've only got 1 shot left at this and you're down at least 2 runs.
Yeah, you're down 2. They've got 3 outs left, but they still have to get out of this bottom half
Right.
of the 6th. So yeah, Maple Grove now in desperate need of not giving up any more runs.
On the low, it's 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2 to Mason Conrad.
Well, good pitch there by Vitens, but at this point, full count. This is a huge pitch for the Crimson.
Hit out into left field, and that's going to drop in front of Hornbacher. That's a 1-out single for Mason Conrad as Farmington looks to start another rally here.
Yeah, a little base hit out to left field for Farmington.
Luke Walton, the man of the hour for Farmington. Popped up on the infield. Escudal makes the catch, 2 away.
Well, again, at this point, John, get the out, go back in and regroup. So 2 outs now for the Crimson. Vitens just needs to settle in on this batter.
Runner going and fouled at the plate by Bombardier. Conrad was off with the pitch.
Bombardier getting signals over there from third base, Coach Graff.
Foul back, it's 2 strikes now to the Farmington first baseman. Had to come back against Park Cottage Grove in the quarterfinals, trying to do it here against a good Maple Grove team in the semis. Now we'll be just 3 outs away from doing that and up at least 2 runs. Pitch from Vitens outside, runner going and throw off the mark, and stolen base for Mason Conrad. He's down at second base.
Yeah, with Dwyer out there at short, making a good backup on the throw.
A 2 pitch back to the mound. Vitens will toss it underhand to Gerber. And that will be it for Farmington. But what an inning for the Tigers. 4 runs on 1 big swing, 4 hits, and they leave 1. They go to the top half of the 7th inning. Farmington looking to go back to back, and they'll take a 2-run lead into the 7th inning. It's 7-5 Tigers.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
In at second base after his big swing and a grand slam. And it's put Farmington ahead as we go to the top half of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Crimson. Chayton Fisher, the leadoff hitter, leading it off against Tyler Borlick. Borlick's pitched 3, And 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball. They've had base runners against them every inning, but no runs against them yet, Craig.
Right. Early errors by Farmington. They've turned those errors off now, and the defense has stepped it up for Farmington.
2-1 the count to Fisher. Three and one.
Chayton Fisher was named to the Minnesota Coaches Association Metro North All-Star team for Maple Grove along with Aiden Hansen.
Ball 4, and Maple Grove gets the tying run to the plate to start the 7th.
Well, and John, you know, Maple Grove throughout this season, their losses have come by only 1 run. They've been in a lot of close ball games, playing from behind in many of those to come back to win. So, you know, Maple Grove here still looking to do some damage and keep this ball game very interesting. A lot of fight in this team.
Cole Newell's been a frequent pinch runner late in the season, especially for Maple Grove. He'll run here for Fisher. And Mason South to the plate. A couple of hits already today. A big home run in the section tournament against Moundsview. It's this one in the air, foul, and it's going to be out of play. That ball that Walton hit was really hit well, but certainly the wind helped it a little bit today. Maple Grove's hoping they can get same kind of, not luck, but have that happen to them. South hits it in the air, but this is not going to carry out. Oh, drifting back now. Oh, and making the catch was Mason Conrad. Looked like he settled under it comfortably, and then it did drift on him and had to go back for it to make the catch. And
yeah,
South retired for the out.
Speaking of the win there, that ball was hung up and almost a little bit more trouble there for Farmington than what it needed to be. But yeah, you're right, John. That home run grand slam for Farmington, I would say definitely assisted with the wind.
There's Aiden McMahon, who's 2 for 3 today. Pops this one up. Hoyer, the third baseman, in, makes the catch, and it'll go down to its final out.
Well, anything can happen, John, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler Borlick, though, trying to lock it up and get himself and his team a win. First pitch strike to Zane Vitens. He's been on twice in 3 at-bats. Hit in the air to center. This could be it. Weed settles under it. There it is. And Farmington's going back to the state championship game for a second straight season. 7-5 Tigers.
Well, you got to give it to Farmington for staying in there, especially after going down 4 runs early in the second, and then 1 more added in the third. So down 5-0. They stayed with it with 7 unanswered runs to wrap up this game and earn their bid to their second consecutive back-to-back state championship over at Target Field tomorrow night.
They go to 23-3 on the season. Maple Grove will play later this afternoon in the third place game, now 20-5, and this is our last telecast. Craig, and congratulations to this Maple Grove team and the senior class who accomplished so much in the 3 sports this senior year. No state championships, but man, it takes a lot just to get to a state tournament, and got a great leadership and talent, and this group of kids the ones that aren't coming back will certainly be missed.
Yeah, and with Coach Peterson being his inaugural season as head coach, you know, following Darby Carlson's 24 years as Maple Grove skipper, you know, kudos to Coach Peterson and the entire coaching staff on getting to this spot for the state tournament for their first run under Coach Peterson. And you know, congratulations to all the seniors this year. Phenomenal athletes. You know, we wish you all the best in your careers as you continue on, some playing football, some playing baseball, but it's been really a fun, dynamic season to watch this year.
Yeah, tough loss for Maple Grove, and again, they'll have one more game yet this afternoon here at CHS, try to close out the win in the third place. And congratulations onto a Farmington team with showing its championship medal here, Craig, coming back and winning this one down 5 runs, and they're on to the title game against either Chanhassen or Stillwater. That will do it for our telecast today. Thanks to all of our great crew. I'm John Jacobson. Thanks so much for watching our coverage of high school sports throughout this spring season. For Craig Dexheimer and all of our CCX crew, I'm John Jacobson. Final score again from CHS. Farmington wins it 7-5 over Maple Grove.